Family gatherings are really fun if you like having your family know everything about you. Personally, I don't. So everyone in my family thinks that growing up I was a crybaby mama's girl. So to prove them wrong and to show everyone that I am not, I try to insult my mom a couple times in every conversation that I have and tell people how much time I spend by myself so that they know that I am no longer attached to her at the hip. Career success is really important in my family. And since I have neither a career or success, I like to keep my life as mysterious as possible so I can lead them to believe that I'm doing big things with my life without actually coming out and lying to them. So like when my grandma asks how life has been for me, I like to reply with a very vague, "There just don't seem to be enough hours in the day. I've been so busy." The unspoken subtext here is, in between ignoring all of my unpaid bills, trying to feed myself for a week off of one package of Minute Rice, and debating whether violent vomiting is really reason enough to pay a copay for the emergency room. I just don't have enough time left in the day to really think about how dire my situation is. I also like to put a $20 bill at the top of my purse so that when I go to get something out of my purse, it'll just fly out because I just have so much extra cash floating around in there. So most of my cousins are married. It actually really doesn't bother me. I'm doing well. I'm confident enough that I only cry for 20 minutes after every family function, but I still get that unsolicited advice that the right guy will come around when I'm not looking, which kind of sounds like he's gonna sneak up from behind and steal my wallet, but it's the thought that counts. I try and put their minds at ease by hinting that I have a really great guy in my life who I just don't really want to talk about because I'm a little bit shy about relationships. The hidden subtext here is that it's actually the elderly man who checks my groceries at the grocery store, and that our relationship is in no way romantic or meaningful, because even though I've been greeting him as Hal for the past 3 years that I've shopped there, he still doesn't remember my name. My family is really big on food, so I always try and bring something really extravagant to make them think that I know how to cook more than macaroni and cheese and rice-a-roni. But nice food is really expensive. I always take whatever I bring straight out to the garage fridge and bury it in the deepest, darkest corner of the fridge in hopes that when everyone gathers around to eat and someone goes and gets all of the food out of the fridge, they accidentally overlook my dish, and then at the end of the night, I get to pull my dish from the fridge in faux surprise and pretend that I'm sad that no one got to eat it, and then I get to take it home, freeze it, and feed myself off of it for the next month. I also try and send myself a few texts throughout the night so that everyone thinks that my phone is constantly vibrating with my friends trying to get in contact with me. So then if anyone asks who I'm texting, I just smile coyly and then send myself 3 texts in a row. Sometimes I even get my mom in on the action by texting myself from her phone, making sure that I change her contact in my phone to lover ahead of time. Then I text myself a couple times from her phone and leave my phone out on a table, and everyone gets to see that my latest fling is really into me. Whenever food is served, I make sure to fill up as many plates as I can carry, and then I loudly ask whoever is in line behind me if any child who is not in the room at that given moment likes whatever food I'm standing in front of. I'm not getting food for that child, I'm just making conversation, but then all of the people around me in line assume that the 3 plates of food that I'm carrying are not all for me. Then when I disappear outside to find the children and miraculously reappear 20 minutes later with 3 empty plates, no one's the wiser. Number 1 thing, you cannot be the last to leave. I like to place a little thank you note somewhere that I know the hostess will see it, and then I get out of there before anyone ropes me into another family gathering so I don't have to repeat all of this next month.